Hello everyone and welcome to today's class, and today's title is UFOs over the US. Let's move on to language focus. 1번. At this point, it's not clear what the remaining three objects were. Okay. Short but sweet sentence, but we're focusing on at this point. So at this point, oops, here we go. Use at this point to describe a current situation. Very simple. So let me explain more. So at this point is like 이 시점에 뭐에서 또 이 점에서 지금 basically right now. So at this point, we are not ready to make a decision. 시험에서 우리 교총을 내린 준비가 되어 있지 않다. It's very formal expression at this point. Like at this point, we're not ready to make a decision. Or at this point, I'm not ready to give you my answer. At this point, nobody knows who will be the next president. 시점에선 누구 자기 대통령이 될지는 아무도 모른다. So, at this point, nobody knows, who the president's going to be. It could be anybody, for all we know. It's a very basic expression to learn today. It's very formal. You hear it a lot. You hear it a lot in everyday life as well. It's not something that is just for formal occasions, but it is definitely something that you might hear in the news a lot. Like at this point, the suspect is still being questioned by police. At this point, it's not sure how much damage the typhoon will have on the nation, etc. Okay, 2번. The Japanese military knew that the balloon wouldn't do much, but they wanted to show people in Japan that they were still trying to win the war. Okay, this is an interesting grammar point we're covering today. So, knew that, noun, 명사, wouldn't, plus 동사, to express someone was already aware that something was not going to happen. Okay. Let me just explain it to you with the examples. So Victor knew that his parents wouldn't be happy when they saw his report card. So 빅터는 부모님이 그의 성적표를 보기 기뻐하지 않을 것이라는 것을 알았어요. Okay. So who? Victor knew that his parents wouldn't be happy when they saw his report card. So know that who or what wouldn't be what. Okay? Again, 빅터는 부모님이 그의 성적표를 보기 기뻐하지 않을 것이라는 것을 알았다. So he knew his parents wouldn't be happy. Alright, or I told my nephew not to act like an idiot, but I knew that he wouldn't listen. 나는 내 조카에게 바보처럼 굴지 말라고 말했지만 그가 듣지 않을 것이라는 것을 알았어요. So it seems that the common grammar that relates back to English is the 뭐뭐 것이라는 것을 알았다. So, but I knew he wouldn't listen. 그 듣지 않을 것이라는 것을 알았다. I knew they wouldn't be happy. 기뻐하지 않을 것이라는 것을 알았다. So they knew that his parents wouldn't be happy. Victor knew his parents wouldn't be happy. I told my nephew not to act like an idiot, but I knew he wouldn't listen. This is how we use this. Okay, Now, let's move on to the language focus quiz. 1번. At this point, doesn't want to, Now, remember, at this point. 시점에서는, 점에서는, okay. So, at this point, doesn't want to, let's say, she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to go home. As an example, 이 시점에서는 그녀가 집에 가고 싶지 않다. At this point, she doesn't want to go home. Maybe she's with her friends and she wants to hang out with her friends and have fun. But at this point, she doesn't want to go home. 2번. At this point, nobody is sure. At this point, nobody is sure what's next for the company. So, 이 시점에서 아무도 그들의 회사가 다음에 무엇을 할지 확신하지 못합니다. Maybe people are going to get fired. 해고할 것 같아요. Or maybe they will stay. Who knows? At this point, nobody's sure what's going to happen next. Okay. 3번. I knew that wouldn't understand when So remember, knew that noun, 명사, wouldn't, base verb. So remembering Victor knew that his parents wouldn't be happy when they saw his report card. Victor는 부모님이 그의 성적표를 보기 기뻐하지 않을 것이라는 것을 알았다. Or I told my new nephew not to act like an idiot, but I knew he wouldn't listen. 나는 내 조카에게 바보처럼 굴지 말라고 했지만 그가 듣지 않을 것이라는 것을 알았다. Alright. So I knew that, let's say he wouldn't understand when I explained why I was angry. So 내가 왜 화가 났는지 설명할 때 그가 이해하지 못할 것이라는 것을 알았다. I knew he wouldn't understand. So everybody knew that wouldn't. Everybody knew that she wouldn't be at the company for too long. 그녀가 회사에 오래 있지 않을 것이라는 것은 모두가 알고 있었다. Maybe she was a bad worker. Maybe she was a terrible worker. And people were like, she's not going to last very long. Alright, now let's look at the further discussion questions. 1번. The author suggests that the Chinese balloon was meant to send a message. Do you agree? Why or why not? So yes, the Chinese balloon was sent to send a message. When they say send a message, they don't mean to send like a letter. It means to sort of get a reaction from the US. And the reaction might be, are the Chinese government watching us? Or is the Chinese government watching us? Do I think that was there to provoke? Yes, I do. I think China can be a very manipulative country. I think they're trying to make it seem that they are willing to go to war in some cases. Yeah, it's a very scary situation at the moment with what China is doing to provoke other countries. We all know what's happening with the situation in Taiwan at the moment. Will there be a war in Taiwan? Who knows? I hope not. 2번. Do you believe that the US has really been flying balloons over China as well? Why or why not? 미국이 정말로 중국에도 풍선을 스파이 풍선을 날리고 있다고 믿습니까? I personally think all governments are watching each other somehow. Maybe not by balloons, but somehow. I wouldn't be surprised to know if the US is keeping a very close eye on China and their intelligence. I think the US needs to, because I feel like China is also doing it as well. So I think that each of the larger, powerful countries are all keeping an eye on each other through some way. Whether that be hacking, whether that be by balloon, whether that be by spying, who knows? However, I am pretty sure that none of the big countries around the world trust each other, regardless of how friendly they say they are. I'm very skeptical of, big, powerful governments. That wraps it up for today, and I will see you on the next lesson.
Shoot down.
Shoot down.
Go astray.
Go astray.
Remote.
Remote.
Lethal.
Lethal.
Out of sight and out of mind.
Out of sight and out of mind.
Diffuse.
Diffuse.